Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. Sorry, I was slipping in the shower over here, getting wet in the legs. Sorry to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. And, you know, there was an update on my computer, and I don't know about you, but it looks like I'm latent. I don't know, though. Does anyone see latency here? Babe, can you check latency, please? You watch on my phone and see if I look right or regular. Seems there was an update on my computer, and when I look at the screen, it doesn't seem to be moving the same, but we'll go. Wow, that dumb. A little bit of camera latency. Looks like $1 million to me, lifer. Definite latency, someone said. You said fine, but they say latency. All right. Let's take a look at the market, shall we? Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here and sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. You're with the Crypto Lifer. What, babe? You're always beautiful to me. Hope you're wearing pants, buddy. Why does everyone care? If I was wearing pants, it wouldn't matter, would it? Because if I never show you to the end of the stream, you'll never know. So it's really it's really none of your business, right? Isn't that funny? I'm putting lemon in the water. Because whether I wear pants or not, does that make your life different? Are you more successful if I wear pants? Are you less successful if I wear pants? Just ask yourself that question. Shout out. I do have pants on, just to make it clear. Right? I have J. Crew blue pants on. All right. You want to see the pants? Let me see if we can find the pants. J. Crew blue cotton pants. Let's see. Where do we men's hemp organic cotton pant. Is this what we got here? See, that's even weird. You're taking way too long. What am I? Oh, wait. Okay. About to say. You guys are such pansies. You're like, how low is that thing going? But like, it just pumped all the way up to 19.8. You think it's going to hold it every time? Like, man, like, oh, look, it's an M pattern, man. You're probably oversold on the 15-minute. Yeah, you were, right? So you got overbought on the 15. Look, you made an M on the 15-minute. You couldn't get above this point of control right in your face at 19.8. Everyone knew 19,800 is significant support and resistance. I talk about the 8s every single day. Come on now. You guys sound like a bunch of rookies in this chat right now. Dumping. Wow. Bunch of softies. So let's take a look at Bitcoin for the day. Shout out to each and every one of you for being here. Last night, if you were in my trading group, Bitcoin was like this. I said, Bitcoin's making a bit of a flag here on the 15-minute. Then I made a block. I said, it looks to be breaking to the upside. If you made a trade, we woke up to gains in the trading group. Gains, baby, gains. Money getting made every single day. So then we had this falling wedge that was likely to break to the upside on the low 15-minute, and it did. However, I don't care how good the stochastics look. I don't care how good anything looks. If you can't get above previous resistance, then you're likely to go to the downside. So look, Bitcoin tried to get above the zone. It could not get above the zone. Fragile little flowers. Exactly. What does pansy mean? A pansy is a flower, man. So look, resistance, right? So a resistance right here. What does pansy mean? I guess it's a 1980 thing, you know? So this is what's called an M pattern, all right? Get to know your technical analysis. That's an M. All right, it's an elongated M, a squeezed M, or whatever you want to call it, because this line is flatter, but it's an M pattern. All right, and this actually could break down all the way to this liquidity zone at about 19,143. All right, you are oversold now on the 15-minute. It was a nasty dump, of course, right? And the 1 hour just did a bloop right to the downside. Now it looked nice. It could have continued. Anything was possible, but you could not get above the zone. Also, if you're watching ES1, it would have been kind of privy to this. Let's take a look at this, right? And we're also going to look at the dollar index, and we're going to take a look at what happened, because if the dollar got something back, then that's what exactly happened. So look, ES1 on the 15, we projected a move to the upside. I got the length of this pole, like so. I projected this was going to happen last night. I don't know if you watched the live stream or watched what I talk about too. And look, this is highly likely to go up here. We did a weekly screen share last night too as well, which gets recorded and sent to the group. So every single week for 2 hours, we sit with a private screen share and it goes through Zoom. I also then record it and then post the YouTube. It was posted last night at 8:59, ready to go, okay? So look, I mean, you couldn't get above the resistance. Resistance. We couldn't get back above 3,700. 3,700 became resistance and we would come back down. Now we just need support to hold, all right? And these two junctures, here or here. These two areas we would like to see support hold. So far, we did wick, and we tried to get back up, but we just lost this region here at 3670. Likely that we'll head a little lower, but could we now make a double bottom? We're looking for a double bottom here for the S&P. A bounce is in order on the 15-minute. The 1-hour time frame does want to move to the upside, so this was just a quick, short bang out. And again, they go after the liquidations on the regular market just like they do in Bitcoin and the crypto market. The crypto market is framed just like the regular markets. Shout out to everybody here. Thank you so much for being here. Did you work out today? Did you wake up ready to take the world by storm? Because I did, ready to go. Shout out to each and every one of you for being here. If you're on my trading group, we already scalped 7% out of the market since 5 a.m. I've been up since 5 a.m. Imagine that. If you're in my trading group, people are like, what's it like to join the trading group? I get that question a lot. What's it like to, well, I'm up at 5 a.m. going over the market, posting charts, breaking it down, seeing all different ideas, seeing things, right? Sushi 3-hour was sitting nice. ERN's looking pretty good too on the daily time frame. MakerDAO we hit for gains. And there was gains to be had. Last night, we made a perfectly accurate call for Bitcoin at 928. When you woke up this morning, it wicked within about $70 of my dollar target, right? Bitcoin, nailed that. The day before that, we called the short at night. We woke up in the morning, the short was up to the upside. Did I put a short out last night? No. The night before, I said, if Bitcoin dumps, the short's likely to make a move to the upside. Did I not, right? And that went up, did it not? So the night before, we called the short. Last night we called a long, and you woke up to money both times. And that's not clout, that's not bragging, that's facts. That's just, I posted this what happened. I posted this what happened. Pretty sweet. So that's what you get in the trading group. Accurate calls for BTC on the regular. 19% gains for Quant. It was in this tight channel. It would dip. I wouldn't consider that 19%, but from here, this was a little move. I made a little flag and it put up. I would take that down, Sean, because technically, we all got lambasted out of that move. You know what I mean? My gains guy sees things sometimes, but Sean, I'll take it down. Everything's got to be insanely proper. That got stopped out. You could clearly see, Sean, that we went lower at that point. The scalp was the one that we wanted to put out. The scalp inside the flag, which would pump about 10%, which I would take privy of. You know what I mean? So you can see me. I go through these, make sure they're privy. Happy Friday. Shout out to Jeanette with the $9.99 super chat. God bless you, Jeanette. Thank you so much for starting off the super chat train on a Friday. Let's see. Wow. 25% for Falcon. I saw this in a beautiful falling wedge. It would bang all the way basically to the target. 25% gains, about 70% of the target. Another beautiful move to the upside. And then my team had Kara for gains. Nailed it. My team had HTR for gains. Nailed it. My team had NMW for gains too, which I also have privy to. I'm going to show you that. Morpheus Labs. Morpheus Labs is my pick, man. That's my baby. That's my number one baby. That's my love. You know what I mean? And so I had it in this flag, right? I posted this flag. Let's see when I posted it. This is a project I would DCA into on 10/12. And then you can click in what time of day did I post it on 10/12? I want to see if it shows it. Oh, and look, he took my trade and he reposted it. Slick Trade Profits was like, yep, that looks pretty good to me. And so look, this was looking nice to me. No stop loss got hit in the making of this trade. And we do this on a daily, right? Bang, bang, bang. And you can see no stop loss got hit. You can see this is the exact trade. You can go back and forth a bunch of times. Flipbook style. Is it? It is, though. It really is. 23% gains. Still holding, too. 19%. Doing damage. I would keep this in a flag and see if it can maintain the flag. If it does, this thing has gasolina. So that's NMW, ready for gains. Shout out to anyone that's frothing out of the mouth with gains. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. So bang, bang, bang. Let's get back into Bitcoin as it's dumping. But more importantly, I just like the gains, man. I like making gains. And we made a lot of gains in the last 2-3 days. It was beautiful. Also, my team decided, I didn't even ask. They decided to take it upon themselves. They said, hey, we edited a nice video for you. They're like, you work so hard. We wanted to just kind of show off all your hard work. I said, thank you so much. And if you look at this, this is July, August, and September gains. It's insanity. But he went through it's a 30-minute video of insane gains. But it's fun to watch. And you can also, the thing about it is it's only 8,000 viewers when I have 36,000 subscribers because you can learn so much. I would watch this video, and then back test every gain and go to it. If you did that, it would probably take 6 to 7 hours. But oh my God, in the end, that's how you become good at technical analysis. And I would give you, there's so many gems in there. I just gave away special sauce. If you watched this video, and then recreated the gains from before and after, like you saw it, you paused, you went to the chart, you found it in the chart. Number one, it would be good because you'd have to do pattern recognition because you have to find where in the chart we were. That alone would give you some skills. Then you'd have to redraw the pattern. Then you'd have to use the replay tool, go back in time, and you'd have to watch it play out. And if you did that like 40, 50, 60 times, I mean, it's going to show you a lot. You're going to start learning because you're going to see pennants, falling wedges, Fibonacci's, and then redraw the fib like it did. Redraw everything like I did. Support and resistance fib. I mean, that alone is how people get smart. I'm telling you, I'm not trying to be rude, but a really smart person can take a tiny bit of information and grow. Like, you show me one video like that, I'm there all day long, and next thing you know, I'm like, that's why I was in a trading group with 5,000 people. But how come I was the one of 5,000 people that would come out of it with basically, I did it every single day. I put my 100% into it. I didn't stop. It was every single day on, never stopping. So anyway, enough about me. It's more about you. I appreciate you coming to the stream every day. I appreciate you giving your love to the stream. I appreciate you believing in yourself. You must believe in yourself. If you don't believe that it's going to happen to you, then it's just not going to happen to you. So if you don't believe it's going to happen, then it's not. It's simple as that. This is something I have to let you know. If you don't believe it's going to happen, then it's just not. You got to believe. You got to have faith. You got to begin to push forward in the proper way. All right, so this is a clear M pattern. M's dumped to the downside even more, so this should bring us even lower to this point of control at 19,800. Sad to say. Sad to say. Sad to say. This is messy. I agree. So I'm going to clean it up. But this is how I got where we were this morning and got this little pump. We did get rejected. All right. So here, we'll zoom out. This is the Binance chart. Wonder if I just delete, it should be the most earliest thing. So if I just delete all that, we should be good, right? Okay, so look, let's take a look at the daily. So far, the daily broke out to the upside. And honestly, remember, if we look at the daily candle, look how big that wick is to the upside. Yes, it's volatile, but I mean, it shows huge buy pressure, right? It does show insane buy pressure. So right now we have the same thing to the downside, right? And again, remember the point of control at 19,100. That has just been haunting me and everyone that watches this stream for days now. All right. But we're still bullish, technically. We could have, I've seen, see, the sad thing is that's why you must heed support or resistance, because right now you could just get a cross down and a huge dump, or you get a cross up. Either thing it could occur. You know what I mean? You look at it down and dirty, like I want to zoom in here, and it's still got a bullish cross to the upside. So far so good when we zoom in. All right, that's a bullish sign. All right, it's not a bearish cross, right? It's still pointing up with momentum. It is above a point of control. You're likely to head all the way up here. You kind of dipped into the zone though and got rejected. But usually you're likely to come up into the zone and hang out. I'm surprised that we didn't get into this area and get back above 20,200, right? This is our next big resistance point that we need to address is $20,430, all right? Shout out to everybody here on the live. Can I get the likes up to the watchers? I would greatly appreciate it. We got 210 likes. We got 499 people on the live stream. If you sit on your hands, they will go numb. Please, likes are like dollars to my children. You know what I'm saying? My kids, I have a wife and kids, for crying out loud. It's a small American business doing its thing every single day without the days off. 600 and some odd days since February of 2021. I have got myself ready to go every single day. It doesn't matter where I've been. Vegas, right? If I've been in Florida, if I've been in Boston, if I've been traveling to see my family, parents, it doesn't matter whether it's Christmas, Easter, Thanksgiving. I've been there every single time, banging on them, doing what we got to do. So shout out to each and every one of you for being here. May God bless you. I love you all. And let's get this party started. Let's get the lights going. This is the Liferation, Lifer Nation, Lifer Gang, baby. Shout out to all the crypto lifers in the game, baby. Let's go. Do I have to come all the way to your house? Do I have to reach into the screen? Do I have to grab your hand and put it on that like button? Baby, I know you'd like that, right? Hand over hand, all that. I get it, but it's not happening. Hit the like button, please. Let's get it going. Shout out to each and every one of you. Hey, everybody. Hold on. My name's Peter Griffin. And when I watch crypto lifer. Hey, Lois, I'm going to grow a beard. Hey, Chris, go to your room. So everybody, when you watch crypto, hit the like button. All right? Do the right thing. Yeah, but it's Scruffy. Gave you a like. I never like videos. Shout out to my man. Appreciate each and every one of you for doing the right thing. Well, this is a real human being behind the screen. Like, you know, when you come into my house, please take off your shoes type of thing. You know what I mean? Like, please respect the culture. I would greatly appreciate it. Like, if you don't hit the like, then you're not a lifer, right? And I know what a crypto lifer is. They're a real person. So show me the love. Show me the signs that you're real, baby. So look, the 4-hour is dumping to the downside. And as you can see this, it's likely probably to head down all the way to the bottom of the pattern again. We could get tight again before a bigger move. So sad to say this could happen. All right. Can the bulls respect the zone is the question right here. So I'll make a zone here, but this is the area that we really can't lose. Like right where we're at. Like, can the bulls respect this zone and not lose? 4-hour says that we're done, that we're cooked. We double topped basically on the stochastics, MACD, RSI. It's not looking good for the 4-hour time frame, in my humblest of opinions. The 1-hour time frame says, no, I could save the day though, and we could get some sideways action, and that's what we're looking for right now. We're in this broadening. We've getting a lot of these broadening wedges lately. That's what we've been seeing constantly. So I'm going to remove this line. I'm going to move this line for now. I'm just going to keep it real simple. And so my moving averages will come back on, and I'll explain. So right now we're in a bit of a broadening wedge. You see this? And we got wicked all the way back up recently, not too long from now. Let's take a look at the 15-minute. Now you're oversold in the 15 and the 1-hour time frame. And so the only belief that I can project here is a possible inverted head and shoulder of some type too. So we're looking at this. I'm expecting some type of bounce to the upside. What do you think, Marv? Do you think we can get a move all the way back to the upside here? I'm expecting a move all the way to about 19,900 to the upside. So that's what I'm looking at. Can we get it? 15-minute and the 1-hour both suggesting we will. And we're dealing with a lot of volatility for sure into the weekend. Lower volume on Friday afternoon. And see, these are the longs that just got squeezed. $384,000 in longs, 22,000. So $400,500,000 in longs. And then here, 29,000, 124,000 shorts getting liquidated. And now they're going after the shorts that think they caught it on the way up. The stochastics RSI tell me that the shorts have lost momentum, that it's likely we head to the upside. However, this is a messy pattern. So you can see I've projected a possible inverted head and shoulder to the upside, and I'm showing you this possible falling wedge here that can also break to the upside. All right. 7-minute, 15-minute, 1 hour ready to go for the move. So we are seeing some signs of life here for a move. And look, I make it messy immediately, you see, but you can see why, because I got this flag on the 7 that we're watching. And we're going to see this break up first. It's going to break out on the 7-minute. If the 7-minute doesn't break out, then we have no business getting anywhere else. The major resistance that we need to get above is this wick here, 19,900. So if the bulls can't get back above 19,900, it's a fake out breakout in this area, and expect more downside somewhere to the 18,800 region, in my humble opinion, unless we can get lucky and bounce off of the 19,002, 19,100 area with the POC. All right. So that's what I'm looking at for BTC in my humblest of opinions. We're watching the 7-minute, the 15-minute to see if it can kind of hold the zone and make a move back to the upside here. And we really desperately need a 4-hour candle or a daily candle to close above 19,900. That's going to be the level to watch for BTC. And I lightly here projected an inverted head and shoulder, which could then project us even further up if that happens. And again, we're just building here. We'll erase that if that doesn't occur to about 20,151 and back to the zoned area. So that would be interesting. Can we do it is the question. Remember, we had this massive dump to the downside. All right. But it was bullish divergence here. Swing up to swing up with this nasty swing down, and boom, the bullish divergence would play to the upside. So very, very interesting. Another thing, you were eventually oversold on the 1 hour and the 15, which is my overall play, just like now. So I stick to the same stuff. So right now, I would long this area for a scalp to the upside, despite the volatility on a Friday afternoon. But again, that's me. I am not a financial advisor. Nothing I say here should be taken in as financial advice. You know, get your own financial advisor, do your own due diligence before getting into any project, coin, or trade. All right? Don't do anything you see on YouTube from anybody, all right? All I am is educating you about supportive resistance, inverted head and shoulders, and drawing you some fun shapes and talking about some things. We're having fun together every single day. So shout out to you. Thank you so much for being here. Shout out to the YouTube algorithm. Shout out to Google. Shout out to everyone that makes this possible. Thank you, dear Lord, for bringing everybody here that is here and getting us all together. 515 people on the live stream, 298 likes. Thank you for the love. I greatly appreciate it. All right. And remember, my long is still open for Bitcoin that I got into at 19,000. I bought that whole Bitcoin. Everyone remembers I bought a whole Bitcoin, 19,265, about it in that area, right? And so it is what it is, baby. It is what it is. There she blows. And look, there she blows. 193 beans. It's up. Trying to flash it. I just want to be real with it. I just want to be real about it. As real as I can. Because some people like, I just thought, what if someone buys it and just like claims they're in it? You know what I mean? But they're not really in it. You know? So look, right there. The whole Bitcoin up 200 beans, up 1%, right? And I'm just trying to show you that I held that Bitcoin. I'm not playing games. And I'm going to continue to update that position as we move through space and time. All right? Just remember what it is. Look, it's 1% up right now. All right? So look, Bitcoin, USDT here, 115 beans, moving to the upside, possibly, right? So, looking at SUSHI on the 15-minute, had a nice little spike to the upside. We had it here, bang for 7%, came right back down. Look, now I'm looking at things of this nature, and this thing, in my mind, can continue up by the consolidation that it's in. And maybe ready for another scalp. What volatility, though, right? You definitely have to be, this is like scalp trading 101. But that could do it again. Look, that's a bit of a cup and handle. Sammy cup and handy to the upside for SUSHI. And you're looking at the measured move, F1.55. How big of a move would that be? And we trade SUSHI 3L to take advantage of that. It's interesting. SUSHI looking somewhat bullish here with the 1 hour time frame and the 15-minute. And just what I showed you, I mean, the market may be flipping to our advantage. I'm watching this flag again on MNW, which is Morpheus Labs, which is something I really like and I believe in. So it's another project that I'm going to bring up. Shout out to everybody here in the chat. How's the chat doing? Let's interact with the chat. Where is everybody from? And what time is it? What are you eating for lunch? Where you're from? Let me know what you're eating for lunch and where you're from. I'm going to eat breakfast for lunch. I'm thinking about waffles. You let me know, though. Send in a super chat for a TA or a deep dive on your coin of choice. Everybody join the Discord for ultimate cupcakes. Wow, that's amazing. I missed my spot. Buy on SUSHI, but it does look like it could keep going. Shout out to Jay Bossiphus Bollinger. You're funny. Is there Aave tutorials in the Discord? Aave tutorials. That's interesting. Sam, you see the picture? I tagged you on Twitter when you predicted the future of Bitcoin Yeast. We've done it together. You a legend. Let me see. Let me see notifications. Bitcoin pumps are fake. Right? Morpheus replying to Crypto Lifer. I love that. I see so much stuff. Me and my team. So see if my team can find it. Bitcoin pumps. Yeah. Oh yeah. This is horrible. I don't want to see that ever again. That's horrible. And I've been on Twitter 12 years. Isn't that crazy? Right? 12 years. All right. Bitcoin. Right? Bitcoin pumps to 20,005 this weekend. By Sunday. Dumps to 18,008 by Sunday. Let's see. So Bitcoin pumps to 25,000 by Sunday. Dumps to 18,008 by Sunday. Let's see what the people say. Let me know. Get into the poll today. What does Bitcoin do? Does it pump to 20,500 or does it dump down to 18,008? I would love to know your thoughts. I have my own and I'll reveal them at the end of the stream, right? You probably know anyway, but I'll make it clear. That'll be fun, all right? Quant decided to unload itself all the way out of this insane broadening wedge flag, which to me is a bit absurd, and retest this top trend line after such a beautiful gain overnight. Quant, what are you doing to me, baby? Quant, baby, quant. But I have faith that quant can recover and begin to move. It's a funky pattern that it's in, though. But hey, if Bitcoin recovers, so will quant. All right, so will quant. Let's take a look at the DXY. That's going to answer a lot of our questions. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Do you look at the DXY every day? And why and why not? Shout out to everybody here. 331 likes, almost 333, baby. I love it. Shout out to each and every one of you. So look, this is what someone's manipulating the dollar. Like they're doing everything they can for whatever reason, right? But so the dollar had a nasty dump and things looked great. And it looked like we were going to have a nice move for the day and everything was looking the way it should. And then they manipulated it back up for whatever reason, right? Someone did some shady business. They pulled a plug. I don't know what they do in these markets, but they did something, I think, a bit nefarious. And it did a double top, though. And this thing wants to dump again. It's like people aren't being faked by the fake out. I think people still see that this thing wants to roll over to the downside. The 1 hour is just getting started. Roll over, baby. This was some type of like Hail Mary save pump for the dollar. But, dude, you're losing legs, right? And if we extend this idea, to me, this is like a diagonal resistance point because you had support. I do not want to see us get back above that area. Let's get a rejection. Let's get the dollar dumping back where it should. Let's take a look at our 7-minute about the dump on the dollar. So here, they're attempting to flag it out here and pump it. But we want to see it dump to the downside. We want to see another little M here. We want to see the dollar make a bit of an M and dump all the way down here to the downside. That's what we're looking at. And look at this bigger M. We want to see this double top play out. So I'm bearish on the 15-minute, the dollar, and the 1 hour, just like I'm bullish on Bitcoin on the same time frame. So let's get that dump easy. If the dollar gets above the zone, I will have to change my tune. If the dollar gets above this yellow line at 113.34, so come on, dollar. Do what you're supposed to do. Do not let the manipulation in, baby. So that's the dollar index today that we're hugging, and it's crazy. We also look at ES1, which is the S&P futures. They have a big, they'll show you what's going down. So when I woke up this morning, 5 hours ago, 6 hours ago now, 5 a.m., I put this out, right? We were back here, and I'm looking at ES1 likely to bounce to the upside. Why? Because I trade stochastics and falling wedges, and both of those were in my favor. I liked what I saw. The 15 minutes was showing signs of life to the upside, right? It broke out, though, and everything was nice, and then we gave it all back immediately, right, as we all can see. Now we're doing a pretty nasty dump for the S&P. However, did we get saved here for a bounce? 15-minute now is bouncing back to the upside. Pretty ugly pattern, if you ask me, right? Pretty ugly pattern. If we break it down in simplest terms, as I keep showing everybody, you got this very big level you don't want to lose, but you could also definitely come to at 33.85, and we're nicely nestled at this spot right here where we have bounced from, okay? This double bottom, really, you need to see this double bottom. If you do not get a double bottom here on the S&P on the daily time frame, which suggests the stochastics are pointing out, but they're already a little high. So even once they complete, how high do we get? But this is what we want. This is what we're looking for, and this is what everyone is and this is that broadening falling wedge. And we need this break to the upside. We need to get back above the resistance at 38.24. So this is the S&P, nice and simply put. And you can see this point of control here opening up at 3,900 too, which is a big deal and big resistance. And we have a lot of major resistances on our way up, and we'll deal with them when we get to them. But for now, it is 3,700, 3,800 area that we must get back above, all right? So far, we have defended this level at 35.71, and we took a bounce, but we need to remain stable above that area. The daily says we shall and get a move. The 22-hour is attempting a push-off, but again, look, the rejection wick here. So this candle would have to close green. We would have to get out of the zone, in my humble opinion, and back out of here to remain moving. Otherwise, we're going to hit this rejection. And I mean, if that is a rejection, you have to, assume that once you're in a pattern that you'll stay in the pattern. That's pattern trading 101. So you will assume that you will come back down to this zone. All right. So it's like so important the S&P gets back above that level there. If we do not, it's crucial time for S&P, Bitcoin, and a lot of other world markets. So right now we're pretty bearish with this candle being red and not able to get. But we're holding like this one last point of control here, this one last high volume node. Can we stay above 3,600? Can we eventually begin to build? 15-minute does suggest that we get a bit of a bounce to the upside. You know, attempting to make any type of strange pattern here is like this weird ascending triangle, but that's good enough for me. It's better than nothing. Can we get a move to the upside here? I just saw this and tried to make sense of this nastiness. And so can we get a move to the upside? Let me readjust my bottom trend, something like this. Can we get a move to the upside is the cuestiones, right? That measured move would take us to 39.68. It would take away a lot of the woes and get us above this resistance here. But only time will tell. And we can also check by watching small time frames. And if we make bear flags, then, you know, this continues to make some type of bearish flag, then we are going to break down. So I'll watch these small time frames. I'll keep you updated. That's really something to watch, and that will kind of tell us what's going down. We would like to see this make a move at least, right, to the top of the pattern here somewhere and get a bit of a rally, and then we want to see a breakout if possible. But even if we do this and come back down, it's better than a dump to the downside, right? So the S&P will front run Bitcoin. It will give us a little bit of a knowledge what's happening, and you'll see or they'll move exactly together. So that's why we look at the S&P every single day, the S&P futures, all right? And I'm breaking it down for you every day. Shout out to everyone that's jumping into the live. I love you so much. Thank you for being here. I greatly appreciate each and every one of you for jumping on in. All right. Grand Rapids, Michigan, eating a turkey sandwich. Amazing. San Diego and coffee. Wait. Let's bring it back. I love this. Big tech obsolete. Buying megalith. Get in early. Funny. I want 14K Bitcoin. Waiting with 100K entry. You may wait for the rest of your life. Super chats. MINA. Okay. MINA protocol. Been a month or so since we looked at MINA. Shout out to Tori. Thank you for jumping on in. Miami, chicken, kale, quinoa, sweet potato. That sounds banging. Dunkin' Donut, Philadelphia. Oof. Blessed to be alive in these market conditions, right? DXY scrolled out, my man. Before and after Twitter, the internet was different. Same was YouTube. Big tech really changed the world. I know. San Diego, eating waves for lunch. That sounds awesome. Reading PA, cheesesteak for lunch. Oh, that sounds banging. Germany had chicken soup. God bless lifer for the Springboro, Ohio. Love you. From Springboro, Ohio. Love you. Breakfast for lunch. Sounds good. Maybe eggs and bacon. North Carolina, South Carolina borderline. On the boat, in the ocean. That's amazing. Just ate fried chicken. Now making my coffee. Wow. Shout out to Sean. Steak and Huntington Beach, California. I love that. I'm going to eat chicken with eggs. Wow. I'm drinking lemon water and eating a pot roast for lunch. A pot roast sounds good. Latvia, pasta for dinner. Some people are eating dinner. Some people are eating lunch. Some people are eating breakfast. Sam, you see the picture tagged you on Twitter where you predicted the future of Bitcoin. YEST, EST. Why? What is? We done it together. You're a legend. Thank you. I appreciate it, man. Shawarma for me today. It's almost dinner for me. Bulgaria. Pesto and spinach and eggs. North Cal Coastal, coffee and honey. Ooh, I like that. Atlanta, Georgia, freight train conductor just came to a stop and had to jump in the chat. Are you kidding me? We got freight train conductors jump. This is insane. We have people from all walks of life, like doing almost every job imaginable. I wouldn't be surprised if a guy was like, I'm a brain surgeon, just stepped up to hit the chat. You know. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in, right? I was talking to my wife the other night. She's like, hey, honey. She's looking through, all these different places, and she wants to go. She wants to go to Jersey. She wants to go everywhere. She's like, baby, why can't you just take me someplace I've never been, right? So I was like, all right, come here, baby. And I grabbed her hand, and you know what? I walked her into the kitchen. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. I appreciate each and every one of you for being here. That's an old Rodney Dangerfield joke, all right? Don't throw the kitchen sink at me, please. All right. Please. All right. So that's the S&P. That's the dollar. That's everything out there, right? You sound like a news reporter. Tiger Leon. Thank you. You sound like, I don't know. I can't hear your voice. What happened after that, right? I don't know. I haven't tried. Shout out to Bob Marley. Shout out to everybody here. I don't like to brag about the expensive places I've been. It's not right? You don't want to tell everyone, hey, look at, But, last night, I went to the grocery store, all right? I'm just saying, man, inflation's up, Hey, over here. All right. What did XDB do? Did it just give it all away? I think it did. Digital bits. Yeah. And so what I do for digital bits is I look at it on the daily, I set an alarm, and I don't look at it again until it decides to retrace down to the 618 Fibonacci. But look, I got the trade waiting for us when it does happen. Ready? Just like ONSTON, right? So, these trades are boring. They take forever, right? ONSTON is the biggest gainer of the day, if you didn't know. And, of course, I had it, I looked at it, and I had this kind of falling wedge. It never really lost the 886 retracement. So, you draw fib from this wick to this wick, which is what I did. And what Fibonacci tells you is that after a beautiful pump, what you have, you retrace 88.6%. And so we did. And then if you buy into the 886, especially if you double bottom off of the 886, which we did here on the daily chart, and you get oversold in stochastics with lack of bearish momentum, and this even looks pretty nice. Hey, and look at the size of that candle, boy. And you got back above the point of control. Now, you got above the point of control pretty fast. Let's see if there was some type of retest on a smaller time frame with that POC. And really, we just kind of boom, we were gone. That thing just got taken. What's cooking, good looking. And it was gone. It was gone. Gone like what? Is there more gas in this tank? You never know. It's high risk at this point. That is a bit of a rising wedge, ascending triangle-esque. It has some feels to it, in my humble opinion, that it could continue to the upside. The 5-minute chart, that would be a quick scalp. It would be high risk for ONSTON. Could it bang another 56% gains? Things get out of control when these coins get big. Anything could happen. That is a 50% shot that it's going to do what it says here for 50% gains, but I'd be very careful. And I personally wouldn't take that trade. It's too high risk for me. All right. I'm a little too nerdy for that trade. I'm a little too conservative for that trade personally. But hey, you never know. And that's how I kind of scan and look for the market, though, on different time frames. You can adjust that to a 4-hour, 1 hour, the same thing that I'm doing here. And you look for bullish patterns, right? That is a higher low. If it puts in another higher high, it could do a retest. If it breaks out, what if it bullishly retests and it's gone, right? For ONSTON, it could continue on the 5-minute chart. There's a chance, right? Take my wife, please. Shout out to Rika Ducar, man. Late, but I'm here. Morning lifers, happy Friday. Shout out to J Soul 8484. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Appreciate you. Shout out to Jay Bossifus Bollinger. Shout out to David Kendall, CNC Ireland, Alex Cromwick, Richard Ducard. Shout out to Steph Parrish. Shout out to Diamond Sauce in the house. What you know about Diamond Sauce? Shout out to CNC Ireland. Shout out to Chemo and Crypto. Take her to Mackinac Island in Michigan. Perfect. Mackinac, baby. All the way to Mackinac. Shout out to each and every one of you. Hackasaw Mackinac. You sound like a news reporter. I keep seeing that. Shout out to Tiger. Shout out to Bison9. Shout out to Crypto 420. Shout out to Laura Marshall. Shout out to Bob Marley. Shout out to Hunches. Shout out to Waleed Siam. Shout out to Thomas Samanich. Shout out to Hunches. Shout out to Wayne Mustafa, my man. Appreciate you, Wayne. Shout out to Jamie Zeno. Holding it down with the wrenchy wrench. Shout out to David Kendall again. You get doubles, man. I love you. Shout out to Anku Kutsi Butsu, my man. All the way. I should call you the Laborescence man. Shout out to the Reticular Activated man. We'll go over MINA in a hot second. Thank you for that super chat. May God bless you and yours. Shout out to the $9.98 in super chat revenue. You people are amazing. Lifer, any predictions on FILECOIN's next bull run? Shout out to Bullish Kenny G. And I've seen you around the blockchain, Bullish Kenny G. I've seen you on all different, you peruse, man. Thank you for being here. Much love to you and yours. Big banks had a bad report today. Definitely messing with the DXY, right? I'm buying more quant. I didn't look at the DXY yet. I want 14K Bitcoin. Super chats Mina. Big Tech. Shout out to Purple Haze. Shout out to Thomas Semenich again. Shane Forisha. Shout out to, wow, Billy Bob. Edwin Rodriguez. Justin Burdick. And Equitable. And that's a pretty good amount of roll calls. All right. And I'll just show you the sauce that's in my head. Quant looks like it's about to break out of this wedge to the upside, in my humble opinion. But again, what do I know? I'm just a guy that looks at the chart every single day. So probably means nothing. Yeah, I mean, probably a bunch of nonsense, right? I mean, I would say so. I mean, ACH on that 15-minute, I mean, that you know, I mean, I don't know what to say, but I mean, it is what it is, right? It's high risk, but I mean, anything is possible. Take a look at the 1 hour time frame. It's a little too high for me. Interesting. 15-minute scalp. 1 hour is just too high for me. The M's going to have to come down. Watch it fly, but I'd have to pass that up. I have to pass it up. Got to have a trading style. You got to have a risk management system that makes sense, you know? MetaStrike is doing some damage here, right? Could it be back in this pattern? Could we lock it up in here? This is interesting. Starting to try to go parabolic. Everything needs to cool off on the 1 hour time frame. That actually looks pretty bullish to me. Interesting. Already kind of had its pump though. XRP3L had a nice move from the beginning there. It's back into the buy zone, never at the stop loss. Could it continue up? I don't know. The 4 hour is a little too high for me now. I would be careful. All right. The one thing that I'm looking at for the day, ERN. I really like ERN on the daily time frame. I just like the tightness here. You see the tightness now. The 4 hour is not in our favor. It could come down for a lower move. We might even have to extend the bottom trend line, something like this, and we might bounce lower. This is okay and probable. All right. As long as we don't hit these stops here below this area, we're golden. So I'm watching ERN on my time frame here. 4 hour may not give us the special sauce, may come down first. The daily is looking absolutely scrumptious. It's getting tight. So ERN showing signs of life, and I believe it's only a matter of time for ERN to bang to the upside. ERN likes to make moves, so remember that. Sad Ethereum Classic. It's been a while since it pumped. Been sitting on the sidelines for a while, just kind of milling around. I had that bigger flag. Let's take a look here. Want to see if I could do something like this, you know. And can it break to the upside here? Which it very well may. All right. Ethereum Classic, man. Ethereum Classic to the upside, man. Right. So we're looking at this on the daily time frame. All right, so don't count it out yet. It's holding a previous support zone. Could SR flip? It may go lower and dip out. Anything is possible. Remember that. Always have a stop loss. Always have the idea that, and be open-minded. Always. But Ethereum Classic looking pretty interesting to me on the daily time frame from what my mind views a possible move. Take a look at my moving averages. Starting to conjoin and get tight. Can the 50 get above the 200? Isn't an idea. And we are in the low area volume, low area volume. So could we move back to the high volume area? Shout out to everybody here on the live. Appreciate you all for jumping on into the live stream. And Luna Classic, little Luna Classic. Little baby Luna Classic, Terra Luna Classic, I should say. Little Terra Luna Classic, right? All on its own, Z's, in the big old cities. This has been on my radar as well. And you know what? It's holding its own pretty good with Bitcoin. Look at it in this beautiful tight pennant. Bitcoin playing games. This thing's still oversold on the 1 hour and the 4 hour time frame. Little Luna Classic, possibly 71% gains coming out of this puppy. I mean, that's a shoulder, head, and a right shoulder too as well. And there's a point of control it's playing with. And we could lose it at any point and fall to the 200 SMA. Anything could happen. I'm open-minded, but it's interesting. And it's definitely on my radar. It's definitely something that I'm watching closely, right? So, and let's take a look at that 15-minute time frame. Coming back down for entry. Look at my 7. My 7's in the sweet spot. Like, I have to be honest, like, I like it. I like it a lot. Luna C. I'm actually in this trade. I will have to be honest. I'm in a 3L trade that I've been in since somewhere in these areas here. So I'm still in this trade around this area. I'm about to break even, pretty close to it. And we're going to go from there. So waiting and waiting in, 5, 6, 7 day trade. Sometimes it takes a while to get paid, right? But I'm using this trade on MEXC Global, everybody. MEXC Global. And we may have ended the MEXC Global comp. I'll see if they can extend it, but you never know. We'll take a look. Let's take a look. Yeah, it's over. Or there's 57 minutes left. This is unbelievable. So, if you use this link that I got going on, right here, and which I thought I used and thought was fine, but used it here in this comment section here. Some people said it had an issue. I'll take a look, so I want to see what happens. So look, if I just click on this, I see what you're saying, and then you hit sign up, right? I get what you're saying. Yeah. So like this is the thing, but then there's I get it. I get what's going on. So let's take a look here. I'm just going to put the right link because I think that's another reason I'm not good at these shillfest things. You know what I mean? I'm just like a guy trying to make his way through here saying, hey, I use MEXC Global. You want to use it with me? Let's use it. I get a commission. You get some fees off. You scratch on my back. I scratch at yours over here. One of those things, But here is the link, right? I'll post it right here. This is the link we should be using. I think it's better than, I think it's better, yeah. Because if you click on this, now this brings you right to this screen here where you put it in. So I apologize. I think that's another reason why, you'd have to go to sign up first, I think, through that idea. So you have 57 minutes if you still want to do it. And what happens is if you deposit 500 and you actually swing trade 2 grand, which is kind of be hard in 57 minutes. Maybe I'll ask them to extend it a couple days. You never know. They're pretty cool over there. And I might have some clout. We'll see, right? But you get an airdrop of $25 immediately, and then you get the idea that, 2 of the 100 people are going to receive a G, and that was the deal. Anyway, back to what I'm looking at here. The special sauce, making my own destiny right off the bat. But you can also trade this. Can you trade USTC on MEXC Global? I bet you can. I bet you can. And MEXC Global is a great place to trade. What I like about it is the ETFs, all right? They have so many ETFs. More than anyone else in the game. Do they have a quant? I tried to look for quant. They do. They have a quant 3L and 3S token too. So bang. They have 4 ETFs, 5 ETFs. And so you don't have to use leverage. Get liquidated and get all up in the game and become one of these people pinned. You can use electronically traded funds and trade with no liquidation risks. Enjoy compound interest. See that? Enjoy compound interest. Welcome to MEXC Global Leverage ETFs. Trade with no liquidation risk. I mean, that's what I do. So I trade these. I love them. They're how I go. And MEXC Global has the most of anyone. They rival KuCoin. And so that's why you have access to, once you get your TA edge and you can make an edge, you have access to an edge here. Let's see. Do they have? They probably don't. But you never know. They have everything. USTC, 3L and 3S. Look at, they got it. Unbelievable. That's insane, right? So that's interesting enough. I really like the trade. It looks highly likely to make a bit of a move here, right? So I'm going to make a very, see, I'm just getting started with MEXC Global, so I start very small when I start on a new exchange. I don't tend to send tons of money. I wait a couple weeks. I make sure everything's working right. I make sure it feels correct, right? And then I start getting it in. A lot of people are even more advantageous than me, so as I can see. But UST, I like, this is, I mean, that's a bull pennant, 68% chance to break to the upside, tight moving averages. MACD is showing lack of bullish momentum. You have falling volume with falling price. You have the stochastics low, right? And we've been watching this for a long, long time too, right? In these different waves of up and down movement. So it's, yeah, it's been a very interesting run. You go to the daily too, and the daily is pointing down, right? Could come back all the way to the 21-day moving average, but it's looping sideways here. And the 4-hour is still a little sideways as well. Even the 22-hour is showing some signs of life, as well as the 8-hour and the 6-hour and the 1-hour and the 30 and the 15 and the 7. So, like, hey, it is what it is. People do whatever makes them happy, right? And again, everything is high risk in trading, and you never know. And again, don't do anything you see anyone do on YouTube. And I haven't done anything, really. I'm just showing you this idea. This is also a bit of a cup and a handle. Sammy Cup and Hattie for Luna. And I didn't even see for USTC, Terra Luna Classic, Terra Classic, US Tether Classic, the dollar, right? It's crazy that we're talking about an old stable coin peg that people continue to trade all over the place. It's 4 cents and 0.8 of a cent, and it's now just a coin to trade. So I'm watching it closely on these time frames, even for a bit of a scalp. It gets above the point of control. It's very likely going at least back to the next high volume node. We see that ping pong through the low volume area. All right. I hope you're learning something about the VRVP, point of controls, support and resistance, and more. And I hope you come back for more every single day, because we don't stop until you get educated, till you formulate a plan, till you begin to bang on it every single day, till you begin to really, shine. And notice that technical analysis can present a consistent way to see the markets without having to be all emotional and crazy. All right. There's other coins on my radar, but you know what? I'm going to keep them to the trading group today. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. I appreciate each and every one of you for being here. MEXC Global is banging, though. I suggest everyone signs up. Firmly believe the next 100 or 1,000x gem will be found on there. It bypassed DeFi on many coins that are otherwise hard to buy. It is nice. It really is, man. It is. Every day, baby. Shout out to Bew. Shout out to David Kendall. Such a good idea. Yeah. Let's take a look at MINA protocol. People asking about MINA. Pools is down the dumps. Pull a fib on that, and you can see you're somewhat in that 706. You never know. Let's take a look at MINA. MINA. And MINA protocol, you can get here on Binance. I don't think you can get it on KuCoin. Maybe. I think you can get it for only BTC on KuCoin, if I remember correctly, right? No, can't even get it on KuCoin, huh? If KuCoin doesn't like it, I wonder why. But it is interesting, right? So MINA here on Binance. And we definitely used to trade this. See, I see this shoulder, head, and a possible right shoulder here for a break to the upside. I see this all over the market, almost in everything. It's like I see the pattern everywhere. Can we make a break? That's the question, right? So look, I had MINA a long time ago. You see this in this cup and handle that would just kind of slowly fall to the downside. You can kind of say it's like just still in this giant falling wedge. ADA hasn't been this low since February 21. Wow, what a bargain. Cardano, right? That's crazy. The market we're bearish, man. This is a bear market. You're picking up the scraps, finding out the local gems, right? Seeing what needs to be pulled out of the weeds, so to speak. Cardano at the bottom of its bag. Interesting. Shout out to the 582 people on the live stream. Thank you so much for being here. 431 likes. It is a rainy, dark day here on the East Coast, right? Nasty, nasty day. It's been raining since last night. A lot of people probably didn't want to get out of bed today. It's one of those days you sit home and eat chocolate chip cookies. Loving the ADA price, but chart doesn't look good. No, it doesn't. It's losing other areas. It's weird that the DXY and the JP Morgan are in tandem. Super chats, targets on the FILECOIN next bull run, ENS and ADA. ENS is looking pretty good. It's on my radar. So MINA could make a move, but it's the bottom of it's ever been, right? 54 cents. Has it ever been lower than this? Let's take a look. I don't think so. Not from my knowledge. It could have been, but not from my knowledge. It's attempting to double bottom here at its lows. I mean, a lot of coins are like either going to make huge lows and the whole market's going to implode, or we're at a bottom. You know what I'm saying? So we are at a pretty good standstill, but we were here too when we went lower. You can always go lower. You can always go lower. MENA to me looks like a bounce. I would not trade it. I want to make it really clear. I do not like buying the bottoms of anything unless it's a coin I really, really believe in and I really love. I wouldn't touch MENA with a 10-foot pole. I just would not. All right. Wild is something that's at the very bottom of its barrel, but that I like and I believe in. And look, I posted this like 2 weeks ago, and it made a little bit of a jump, and it's just sitting here holding the zone. So it could go lower, but this is also the whole market's attempting to double bottom. You know, if Bitcoin can get a move out of here, it'll be unbelievable, right? Let's look at Cardano. And thank you so much for the super chats, you people who keep me alive. The super chats are fun, especially on a Friday. We've gone through the dollar index. We've gone through Bitcoin. We've got a bit of an idea of what we're looking at, right? And now we're into the super chats and into the people here. So it's about mixing and matching with each and every one of you. I really like looking at the chat. I really like answering questions. How about an AMA? Ask me anything today. AMA, baby. AMA, let's do it. Let's do a quick AMA. Let me know how you feel. And it's a good day to have a guest on. I thought we would have a guest coming, and so we're about to have a guest on. All right, and we're going to bring up one of my traders in my trading group. We're just going to talk about the trading experience in the trading group. We're going to talk about what it was like to join the trading group, and he's just going to give you some insight too, just about coins, about trading, about how he feels. And I believe you could learn so much from one of my top students and my buddies. So without further ado, all right, without further ado, I'm about to bring on my man, all right? This is going to be awesome. And we used to do this a lot more than we have in the past. We used to do this all the time. You know what I mean? So, all right, baby. I'm going to start a Zoom call right now. I'm going to start my virtual cam for you, my friend. Okay. Amazing. Amazing. Right? Can you see and hear me?
What's up? Can you see me?
Yeah. I got you. Let me bring the music down. Yeah, sound looks awesome. Keep talking. Keep talking.
Cool. How are you doing?
Oh, that's great. All right, cool.
Sweet.
So everybody. Oh, he comes in like that. That's interesting. Oh, wow. Oh, yeah, then maybe I'll do Citadel. That would be better. All right. Okay. Everyone, this is my man, RENIER, all right? He is the top trader in my group, man. I just want to, I have a mentor that spotlighted me and always sends me love and says, hey, man, of all the people, I love you. And, I work so hard. And when someone works hard, I just want people to know who they are. I want people to understand and what makes this lifer community tick. Because everyone's like, oh, me, and me. And it's not just me. I have a group of people that help me every day. I have a group of people that inspire me to work hard, It's just like a football team. When everyone works really hard, everyone works even harder. Everyone wants to help each other out and push each other. And this is my man, RENIER. So, RENIER, man, I just wanted to say hi. I wanted the people to get to know you a little bit so they could see that this is a community. It's not just about me running around. There's a whole team, and there's a lot of love, and there's just so much more going on. So I just wanted you to talk a little bit about your experience, how you're doing today, how you're feeling, family life, whatever you want to bring up. And, yeah.
What's up, everyone? Happy to be here. So like some of you know, I grew up and I live in South Africa in Cape Town. I studied to become an electrical engineer. And then I actually went on to do software engineering for about 9 years. And then in the beginning of this year, I just found Sam on the YouTube stream and I started watching it, and I got into crypto a little bit. And I was pondering joining the group for about 3 months, and then eventually I pulled the trigger, did the beginner's course. Then Sam, after about a month of working super hard, he made me an elite trader, and then about 3 months after that, I actually quit my job and I'm doing trading full time, and I'm helping people out in the group. And it's been awesome. I've been learning a lot from Sam. I feel like I'm a better man every day. He's a very great mentor, so I would recommend anyone, please join the group. It will really change your life like it changed my life. So yes, Sam, I appreciate you a lot and everything that you've done for me. You've really changed my life, so I really, really appreciate that. Thank you very much.
I appreciate you saying that, but yeah. Oh, they can't see him. I see what you're saying. All right, hold on. I get what's going on. Sorry. Yeah, that's what I have to do. And then, I don't know how to do it perfectly. I don't have it like set up perfectly yet. That's what we could do. We could do something like that. And then I could move myself. This is what I could do. Oh, you know what? Isn't there a way to just put just put him on screen and not me? There's like so much of me now. There he is, though. There's the man, the myth, the legend. You know what I mean? It's just you're going to see like a bunch of us in the background. I haven't perfected how to bring someone on the screen perfectly yet. And there's probably a way I could do it fast and furiously. I could slap him on in there's one way I could do it pretty fast, I guess. But now this is good enough. I just want people to see you, man. This works. This works. This is great. This works for me. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. No, I just like I as much as I love you, saying, hey, I was your great mentor, right? I just also want to talk about like your experience, How do you feel when you get into a trade? What's your emotions like when you go to bed at night in a trade? And like a lot of people just want to know, like, I feel like you trade like me. Like I even when I lightly trade, I'm always in a trade. Like I say I'm not trading and then I buy a whole Bitcoin for 20 grand. You know what I mean? Like, it's like that's like it's just weird for me. You know what I mean? It's like I'm always in some type of like, it's almost like a hunter, like you always have your spear in hand. You're always waiting to get up in the middle of the night, I feel like you have this vengeance of trading. I just want you to explain that, how you just, I don't know, And when I first met you, you were like waking up late at night to study. People would come to my trading group and say they didn't have time, and I would hear you be like, "Oh, I just stayed up from like 11 to 1 again, even after working all day and taking my kids to the park." Just talk about what it's like to get somewhere and how like no one gives you a damn thing and how you have to press every single thing out of life to get there. I saw that out of you. That's why you're riding with me, man. That's why I wanted you to become one of my number ones. Like, it's because I saw someone who was willing to go all the way. You know what I mean?
I think if you grow up in South Africa, that's it's quite tough. There's not a lot of great opportunities out here, and the competition is quite fierce to get like the good engineering jobs and stuff like that, which I achieved, but it was pretty boring as well. So I just saw a great opportunity in trading to really change my life and create some generational wealth for my family. So that was the biggest drive for me. And on the trading side, for me, the most difficult part of being in a trade is the emotional side, and I would really recommend anyone out there read the book Trading in the Zone. So you have to kind of be in a stoic mindset when you are trading, and not really put the emotions somewhere else when you are analyzing a chart and when you are in a trade to get the most out of that trade. So I just try and remove all emotions when I am in a trade, and that the book Trading in the Zone really helped me to get my emotions under control when I'm in a trade. So I would say reading that book really helped me.
How do you balance family life and learning a new skill? I hear people all the time say they don't have time, or that their job is too busy. Or how about when you see in the group, hey, can someone look at this? I'm at work. I can't chart it. You know what I mean? I always see that. I'm like, you can walk in a bathroom. Like you have, there's got to be like, it only takes 5 minutes of focused moments to put 3, 4, 5 lines and some support and resistance. Like, tell me how did you take my tough love? Was there any time where I spoke to you maybe where a person might have been a little sensitive, but like you found it as a way where I was like, no, man, I want to see you become the best, Or was there ever a time of tough love? Or was it always just great love? I just want to see your experience. And also, how did you fit in, all the studying you did, even though you had an extremely busy lifestyle? How many kids you have? 3 kids, right?
I have 2 kids. The one is a 7-year-old boy, and the other one is a 3-year-old girl. So basically, at my when I used to work full time, basically the last 3 months that I was there, I didn't really accomplish much of my engineering work. I was just grinding in the charts. And I have to give credit to my wife. She really cuts me a lot of slack so that I can follow my dreams. So she's been taking the beating with the kids and all of that so that I can, focus on being a full-time analyst and all of that. So I really have to give a lot of credit to my wife. So if you're out there, I love you a lot, and I appreciate everything that you've done for me to accomplish my dreams.
It's funny. I think what we've created is so like kind of like special, like, and I even wrote, like, I'm not getting the wind of it, but someone just wrote paid actor, like they really truly believe like you're a paid actor, like, because like they
Join
don't
the
believe,
group, man.
Yeah, they don't, you know what I'm saying? It seems like, you know what I mean? And even I do. I wake up every morning and I read the testimonials, which you were in. Like, I just wanted to, like, the reason why I woke up this morning at 5 a.m., I'm a very spur of the moment person, and I live with my heart on my sleeve, And this group just really gets to me, and it really drives me to work really hard every day, And so, like, I wake up at 5 in the morning, and I fell asleep at about 11 last night, so I didn't see this, right? So I wake up, and my favorite thing is, like, I look at Bitcoin, and then I see that, in Discord, there's like it's white, and I'm like, whoa, there's a new testimonial. It's my favorite thing in the morning to see a new testimonial, and, like, this dude just wrote, like, and you're a part of it, and then I thought about you, and I was like, I want to share this testimonial with you today live. Like, I want this to be a moment. And so, like, I had to read this, and so he's like, I wanted my testimonial. I waited to do my testimonial because I wanted it to feel right. I wanted to learn and confirm the lifer's teachings and bring them into fruition so my imagination and emotions can match the reality of his product. What a conscious thing to say. This is the best thing that could have happened to me career-wise. I always felt that no matter what I do, I will never be paid my worth. I felt the same. I always had a feeling that I was destined to be something more than just a job title. I felt the same. Somebody who can manage their own finances and not wait until payday. I felt the same. Somebody who understood the message of life, and someone who knew that time was the most important asset that you have. I felt the same, and not to take it for granted. Sam Price Trading Group provided me with the platform to see my inner thoughts, to see if my inner thoughts was actual reality. And I can say it definitely is. The guy is more than a mentor to me or a man with good TA. He's a family man. He's a father. He's a husband. He's a friend. He's a humanitarian. He's a leader. He's a follower and follower. He's a human. Thank you so much, Crypto Lifer, for being genuine and yourself. The energy you distribute to all of us is a blessing in and of itself. Thank you to David Kendall for criticizing my charts and showing me a different perspective, showing me that being steadfast and open-minded leads to better results. Thank you to Crypto Life Changer for walking with me in the learning library, being patient and level-minded and always correcting my displays, but always confirming them and patting me on the back. And definitely thanks to RENIER, the Rainmaker, man. I don't know what to start. From helping me in the learning library to reassuring me in the personal messages and giving me the boost to confidently post my charts in the 99 for possible gains. You're great, man. You're the GOAT, man. I appreciate all that you do, and I pray that you and your family encounter nothing but good health and positivity. No gains or number of good charts can replace the gratitude I feel to be in this group. So thank you for Sam, from me and my family, for making me a proud, successful lifer. So, like, without people that believed in me, like, I would never have him, like, change his life, There's days where I'm helping my wife, walking with my kids, doing what I need to do, and you're in the trading group helping this dude, like, putting, and so much goes on in this group and this community that I've created that I can't even see or touch anymore. And when I see these testimonials, like, I realize that, like, I've planted seeds that now are growing all around me, and it is fascinating to see, and I just wanted to share that testimony with you. I wanted people to realize that you were a busy man with kids and that you didn't have it easy. You weren't spoon-fed. Nobody gave you anything. You worked so hard every single day to get where you're at in my trading group and where you're at in life. And, like, no one can take away your time in the charts now. No one can take away what you've put in. And because you put in that time, like, you own it now. It's yours. Nobody can, and I keep telling everybody that, like, you can make as many excuses as you want, and you can blame everyone else for the reasons why you're not somewhere in life. But at the end of the day, it's like everyone says, it's your bed. Like, you have to lay in it, he could have put off a lot of the things and decided that charting wasn't for him. He could have taken some of his losses and gotten really upset about them, and he could have went negative many times. But like, he didn't. You know, he didn't. He always found a way, and I can see it in him because I can see him see the optimism in his charts every day. You know, and so everybody knows when you join my trading group, it's me and my elite. Like, I have a team of elite charters, the people that I have trained. And what happens is I look through the group. Someone will join the group, and I'll watch a couple charts, and I can just notice when someone's more detailed. So, like, I'll watch 500 people come in and out of my group, and then one person will do something that none of them have done before. And I'll be like, oh, that's interesting. And I'll, like, you know, I'll see the name. I'll be like, oh, that's... And next couple days, I'll see it again. And, like, then I might send a DM to that person, like, hey, man, really like what you're doing for the group. Appreciate you. Like, you know, and I just send them a feeler, you know, and then it becomes a relationship. And then next thing you know, they start grinding more for me. You know, it's like there's this thing that builds. And I remember being a part of other organizations in my life, you know, football teams, whatever. When you work harder, the coach likes you more. He puts you in more. Like, he sees that you're grinding. Like, people respect. People love work ethic. You know what I mean? Especially me. I work 7 days a week. Like, I don't, like, you know, I sleep 5 to 7 hours a night, and I work 7 days a week, and I put my wife, my kids in this group first every day, you know? And when I see someone else take my dream that seriously, it's amazing. You know, so I just wanted to say thank you, man, for everything you've done for me and the group. And, like, your charts are beautiful. You know, you're neat. You're complete. You don't play games. No one can say a word about your technical analysis, you know. And, like, last night, someone came in the group, and I love everybody. And I'm not trying to call people out, but someone's like, here's this code someone else used, and you want to check. And it's like, you didn't come into your group and tell me about someone else's indicator. You didn't disrespect my group, like, in any way, shape, or form. Like, you came in my group realizing I was the man, I had a system, and you listened to me. You know what I'm saying? You respected me, you listened to me, and you followed the code. And, like, I think there's a reason, and you keep saying, hey, I'm where I'm at now because I followed the code. Like, again, people think it's me forcing my when you eventually learn my system, you learn I just found a science that you'll figure out yourself. I just uncovered the math for you. It's the same math, you know. It's just I just uncovered the things for you to see. I'm not forcing a system down anyone's throat. I just found a system really in my way. Like, I just kind of led you down the road to the probabilities. There's just where the probabilities lie. Like, these are the most highest probabilities. Go find them now, you know?
Awesome.
What's your favorite thing about trading?
Winning the trade, getting some gains. That's the best. That's what we work for. But it also, I must say, it hardens your mind. Being a trader, it's a mental game. So you get very tough. You get a tough mind. So I think that's one of the good things that you'll get when you become a trader.
Yeah, you can't beat yourself up over every loss. Like, and you can't get upset when you miss a trade. Like, those things can't exist to you. They can only be the trade that's in front of you, whether you accomplish it or did, and then you move on to the next thing. You can't waste time on the if and buts of trading, you know, on the would be, could be things that would have or should have. And as a beginner, it kind of happens. Like, you know, you wake up the next morning and Bitcoin will pump. And instead of just being like, okay, let me look at the market. Oh, why didn't I find, you know, Lifer posted a flag. Why didn't I get into that flag last night? You know what I mean? And especially with us, like, we could be pretty accurate. You can see tons of things. Like, why didn't I? And it's not about, it's about consistently being positive every single moment in time. I think that's what trading taught me. That I was a negative person more than I realized. That I was going into a negative space more than I needed to. And you just won't survive with that mentality as a trader. It just won't happen. Like, you'll give up. Like, you'll move on. And you'll be in your next negative space. The only way to survive is to consistently push forward in a positive manner, or you just won't make it, you know? It's just not going to happen. What's your favorite thing about being a dad?
Just seeing my children smile when I get home. Basically, it's the best when I see my little girl smile when I wake up in the morning or I get home from somewhere. Just seeing that little smile is the best. I love being a dad. It has blessed me in many ways, and I'm pretty sure it has saved my life as well. I was, you know, going down a dark path, and you know, it really changed my life being a dad.
That's awesome, you know. What's your favorite cryptocurrency? Or your top 3, or if you had to pick, you know?
Man, I don't have any bias towards these coins. I only stack Bitcoin at the moment, and I have a little bit of ETH, and then I just swing trade whatever has a falling wedge with some divergence on a fib line, basically. So I'm not, I need to get into the fundamentals, but at the moment it's all TA, no emotions, stack Bitcoin as much as possible.
That's pretty cool. Have you started trading BTC pairs yet? Or is that something that you've looked into? And have you made a BTC pair in your life? You know, trade.
I've, I've probably played some BTC pairs about 2 or 3 times. So it's so hard getting stacking my Bitcoin bag and then losing a BTC trade kind of just discouraged me a bit. But I need to get back into it again to build my bag. So yeah, it's definitely something that I need to get into again.
And someone said, how many languages? You know, guys, ask some questions. How many languages do you speak? Someone, so it's kind of is being talked about there in the chat.
So my home language is something called Afrikaans, which is a form of Dutch. And then I speak English, and then that's basically it.
Cool, interesting.
Yeah, so I grew up in a Afrikaans neighborhood, so English is not something that I speak on the daily. It's mostly Afrikaans every day, which is yeah.
Could you
So
speak
excuse
some?
my English.
Could you speak some Afrikaans? Could you tell me like, hey, that's a great trade, or I love the, you know, appreciate you guys, or you know, just something like that you might say on the interview, you know.
Ek waardeer al die mense in die trading groep. Is baie lekker om saam met julle te wees, en ek hoop ons gaan nog almal saam baie tyd geniet.
Oh wow, so it's like a fast. It's like I have no idea what he said, but it sounded good. It sounded good. That's awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I just said my appreciation for the group, and I love all you guys.
Funny, man. RENIER, man, thank you so much for your time. I don't know like where you are, what you're doing. What time of day is it right now? It looks light out. You got the sun in your face. Is it early morning or is it?
It's 5:30 in the afternoon.
Oh, it's 5:30 in the afternoon. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So you're 6 hours ahead of me, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Excellent. Cool, man. Yeah.
Thanks for having me.
Nah, I just yeah. And if anything else you want to say, let us know. Anything you want to okay, yeah. What were the top 3 things you would say to someone who's struggling in the trading group right now? Someone's like, yeah, I joined. I keep getting my stop loss hit. You know, I want to leave, or, you know, I'm not getting it. I'm frustrated, you know, or maybe not just, you know, or maybe they're not saying those things, but what would you say to anyone who would join the trading group? You know, top 3 things that you could give, like, to help someone who is just getting started with technical analysis.
The number one thing is to stay in the learning library for as long as possible. Just post charts in there. That's gonna start building the signals in your mind to see all the patterns and the support and resistances, and ask the elite guys as much questions as possible. I think that's the biggest thing. Do paper trading in the beginning, and then just always try and keep a positive mental attitude. That's the main things that you need to get started in the beginning.
Hey, there you go, man. Keep it simple, right? And let the things fall into place. You know, don't go all over the place. Stay in one place and let it happen. You know.
Definitely.
Interesting. You're the man, dude. Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it.
Awesome. Love you guys. See you in the trading group.
Be safe.
Cheers, man.
So that was my man RENIER, man. And just so you know, like, it's not just me. Like, I got a team, and they support me too. When anything happens, whatever's going on, my team is there for me, and they're awesome. You know, and they love me, they respect me as much as I love and respect them. And every relationship I have is formed with love. It really is. It's the basis. You know, we want to get things done, and I do like to get. You know, I am a doer, and I love to grow and build. But you know, love to me has to be the encapsulated emotion that kind of serves everything else around it. So, shout out to RENIER, man. Thank you so much for you coming on. I really, really appreciate it. What trading platforms do you use? We use KuCoin and MEXC Global recently. You know, KuCoin and some Binance if you have access to. We have PulsaDex, and then also Coinbase. You know, so those are the things that I would be accessing on a regular basis, right? Okay. Super chats. Targets on the FILECOIN's next bull run, ENS and Cardano. I had ENS on my radar. Ethereum name service. Definitely something you want to be looking at, in my humble opinion. I had it this morning in this big of a flag. It continued to pump. Look, it's up 24% gains now on the daily out of this other flag earlier. And then it continued to flag out. It's actually making a flag as we speak now, too. ENS on the 1 hour time frame. Not your best flag, but hey, a flag nonetheless. Could this continue to pump? Definitely a chance. Anything is possible for sure. That was awesome. Shout out to Crypto Rambler. Thank you for coming on in, man. Great interview. Best live stream I've seen in a long time. Thank you. Anytime, man. What's Bitcoin saying? Hi, Adam, please. Super chats. Targets on FILECOIN's next bull run and Cardano. So, Ethereum name services in a flag could continue to the upside. That's probably another measured move to about 18.5% gains. I'm looking at it. It's low on the 1 hour time frame. Could get busy. That 4 hours a little, you're going for basically your last scalp there as you're fighting the bigger time frames, but anything could happen. It is a Friday, lower liquidity going into the weekend, so just be careful. All right. Always be careful. ONSTON just continuing to rip. That's insane. And honestly, it actually may do damage, right? Like, funny, attempting to try to break out since we did look at it recently. It did break out. Look, how much did it bounce off the lower trend there? 15% gains from the bottom of that, of the wedge there, right? Trying to do the low. Someone asked about Adam. We looked at Cardano. Didn't we look at Cardano? Let's look at Cardano. Thought I looked at Cardano. Let me take a look here for Cardano. So I had it in this wedge that could break up. It did, but it got rejected. Couldn't get above the zone and began to sink. All right, let's take a look at Bitcoin now too. 19,365. Bitcoin continuing to dump. And remember, that's why the title of the live stream today is Bitcoin Pump or Pump Fake. You know what I mean? And so far, it's beginning to do a pump fake, if you ask me, right? So it's holding this head, but it's tripping. And as you can see, that 5 minute, 7 minute, they're making like bearish patterns. So you look at the smaller time frames. All right, hold up here. I'm just going to remove my amazing projections. They're great, right? But I want to see things for exactly what they are. So look, in my mind, we were in this nice pennant and we broke it to the downside, right? You try to include that in a wedge, and to me, not happening, right? So now you got this and again, to make sense of anything, a shoulder, a head, and a shoulder. You see that? Not easy to see. And it's a stretch, but someone saw that and did play it. And there's an M here on the right side of the shoulder too, to the downside. So that's what happened. We made the M, we dumped to the downside. The 4 hour time frame's about to make bake, it's about to push us to the downside, in my humble opinion. I'm just gonna have to redo all my work because it's annoying, so I will do that. So here we are. You could say that we broke out, tried to get away, got faked out, right? And then this bigger pattern in hand. So here's the deal. There's a chance we're in this bigger wedge, right? And we could come on down. So this is what we're looking at for BTC, all right? And you got a 4 hour that really wants to dump on you, right? It's overbought and curling. Now we could get out of it. Anything could happen, and I'm trying to, I was attempting to play with this, like, are we breaking it? Are we on it? And we're kind of like, I feel like we broke out of it and broke back into it. And then we could try to readjust and just say, well, we never really left it. There you go. Like, we never really left the top. We got rejected by the top trend line, in my humble opinion. And this is what I was saying before, right? It was likely what we're seeing. And then you can kind of trump this up a little bit. And then you technically have some type of diamond here, right? That maybe do you break to the upside on? I don't know. It's ugly. But you got some type of diamond forming. Now, 4 hours coming down for sure, right? So that's what's likely going to happen here is we're headed down to the bottom of this channel. which is sad. It's back to 19,100 in the point of control, right? And the level we were saying is, can we hold this zone right here? Can we hold the weekly support of resistance at 19,300? And so the 1 hour is attempting, and the 50-minute, they're both saying, hey, we need a bounce here to the upside. And that's why I then projected the inverted head and shoulder. I just wanted to because it gets messy when I just show it, but once I build it again, people are like, okay, I see the method to this man's absolute madness, but you gotta square them away first, and you can't just. So this is what we're looking at for sure. All right. And again, inverted head and shoulders, in my humble opinion, create ascending triangles. And so there's a chance that we're going to make this pennant and we're going to be all right. And we're going to make it on out. There's a chance, but we shall see from now on. What I did notice, which I, overlooked, but can see now, and look, that is a shoulder, a head, and a shoulder. It's slanted. Flip it upside down. It is an inverted head and shoulder that you would have played to the upside, same way. And we did basically hit the measured move, which is the neckline, the head, and you swing ourselves down. And so that's pretty much what happened there, just kind of building the storyline. All right. There was also some bearish divvy there, right, as this was a swing up. And this swing up wasn't as sharp as that swing up, which to me is Class C bearish divergence. All right. Ayo, ayo, ay. Ayo, bada bing, bada bing. The guy's good. The kid is good, man. The kid knows what he's doing over here. I saw him do TA last week. He ate 2 manicotti, a slice of lasagna, and he was done. Then he did the technical analysis, but he did it. He waited till he ate first. The kid could eat more than 10 men. It was disgusting. So look, can we break out of this falling wedge to the upside on the 15-minute time frame? And can we avoid another giant M here? And can we get above the levels of resistance that we need to? It's all about support and resistance. And so far, if you can't get above 19,500, expect more downside. Clear resistance here, and clear resistance right here at 19,586. It's really 19,005 to 19,600 area. But this is, sorry, stop that. Remember, Turkey boys, stop that. So look, we got to get above this 19,600 to remain bullish. So if we can't get above the zone, expect more downside. It's simple as that. So let me clear away and square away so we can see what I'm talking about here again. If Bitcoin cannot get back above 19,600, expect more downside. Simple as that. All right. That's going to be my token, And then maybe we bounce on this point of control. If we lose the point of control, we're headed back here again for a possible double bottom at 18,240, 250. And then we have our last shot at 18,800, right? Which is so there you go. That's the story, Morning Glory. Can you break out of this to the upside, right? And get back above 19,600 and remain bullish. Now, we could just lose all liquidity and go sideways for the weekend and just go sideways into the zone. I'd be happy with that. It would be better than nothing, and all coins could pump while Bitcoin goes sideways. So that's what we're looking at. Superchat targets on the FILECOIN's next bull run. Best day to DCA into crypto. I don't know, man. You got to figure that out yourself. Friday afternoons, who knows? I've never really researched the exact best day. I like Mondays. I think when I did the research, it was Mondays or Tuesday. I always set an order up every Monday to buy because they usually crash the market on Sunday night, right? So yeah. So I like to buy Mondays. So look, the same falling wedge that Bitcoin's in, you kind of see you're in the same stuff. See? It's following Bitcoin. You do have this shoulder, this head in this right shoulder. Does want to break it to the upside here. So Cardano. But you have major resistance at 40 cents now for Cardano and major resistance at 38.92. And you got support back down at 35. Bitcoin would have to move for Cardano to move. You get it? So it's whatever Bitcoin does, Cardano will do. We take a look here and we zoom in and you can see here's resistance and some buy orders and, kind of want to drag us down to 19,200, 19,300. They've spoofed us and moved the liquidity back down to the zone. One huge buy order at 19K suggests maybe we don't go lower than that. But right now, we're kind of in the slump. All right. So pump or pump fake, it looked like it was a pump fake. Looked like ONSTON is continuing to boom to the upside, though, and making a move here. 15-minute did, in fact, scalp a leanie and up 27% in a half an hour. So there's the gains, baby. There's the gains. Is that true? That's insanity, right? So like there, like we put it out right there on the 15-minute time frame at the bottom of the right there, right? And that thing is up 27%. I mean, I think I could even like shade it. I think I could even go down a little bit like that. Could be, wow, but I mean, it got above the point of control, which I was talking about. And man, this thing is off to the races. And that 15-minute got litty. 1 hour time frame looks like it's just getting started. Look at that. Says it can easily get to my target and more. I mean, this is out of control. Called this right here in front of you. It was already over this. We went over it. I find around 10 to 12 o'clock, swing trading, the hottest coin of the day on the 15-minute, has been very profitable. You tell me. Now it's up 200% and gaining, continuing to rip to the upside. This thing is out of control. It's a monster. Shout out to, wow, unreal. Banging on them on the live stream. And this is another, like, I just never see it. I did not get into the trade. Wish I did. I did not. Almost didn't have the time. We got into the interview, and I was just thinking about my man and the group. ONSTON, baby. Small time frame scalps are fire. I love the 15-minute, man. Targets on FILECOIN next bull run. I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know. Honestly, I can't make that decision right now. That would take a lot of like thinking and planning. It's like a very large ask. I'll take a look at FILECOIN. I got an idea that it's possibly bottomed out. We'll take a look here on the daily. So possible bottom for FILECOIN. It did dip even lower though, but this line is, to me, like, it loses this $5 region and I don't know, man. It's gone. So like, very interesting. It almost got some bullish divergence there too. Yeah, not really. It's slight. It's like the daily's very oversold. You're at the lowest it's ever been. I'm looking at FILECOIN on the double bottom, right? Interesting enough. I like this AGLD coin. Slipped out a little bit, but this coin's been hot. When we traded it, it's been hot. It's on my radar. I don't know. Just something. I'm just being nice. I'm just talking. Just going over things that I look at. I like that interview. FILECOIN looks dead. I know. Isn't that crazy? That interview was euphoric. Thank you. Inverted head and shoulder on the DXY. It looks to break out soon. Yes, Sam just said I'm on delay. Does anyone see an inverted head and shoulder? The XRP whale, there's a guy named Crypto Muser in the group who's an XRP fanatic. He's on YouTube. The whale, man. Super chat's almost closed. Get them in now. Max, it'll go to probably 150, and that's if it gets back up. It's been knocked out bad. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I'd have to look at the market cap it got to last time, how much money I see coming into the market. I have to do a deep dive on that. Live revision trading course is stunning. I guess that's what it's for. Let me take a look. Now I'm going to do the deep dive for the guy, right? Hey, it's a Friday, you know what I mean? Over here, it's a fun Friday over here. Coin market cap over here. So what you want to do is you want to look at FILECOIN. All right. And do we have an historic snapshots too? We want to see what the market cap was. So it's got a $1.5 billion market cap. It went all the way to its high of like 152. What's 160, right? 180 was its like all-time high. Look at that. What a run up. From $3, from $5 to $180. pretty crazy, right? I mean, that's more than a 30x. It's 30x is $150, right? So 35x almost. Unbelievable. $36x, right? So now, so we can assume that did it really have like a $16 million market cap or something like that? Or no, actually, no, that would have like a 40 billion. Did it have a $40 billion market cap? Did it really? Used to be able to go to historic snapshots here, right? And we can go back in time to, let's see, the bull run, right? And let's see the date. What was the date on that? All right. When everything ran up like that, wasn't it like February of 2021? Can you search the coin though? And like it'll find, I haven't done that before. FILECOIN. $55 million circulating supply, right? Market cap was only $2 billion at $35. 7x, it only went to a $2 billion, right? Yeah, $2 billion market cap. Huh. I want to see what number it was too. See, this is like just, it's like a long deep dive to do stuff like this. Take me all day, honestly. It's a bit of a hefty super chat, you know what I mean? Because if I'm gonna answer it, I gotta answer it properly. Got a Binance Smart Chain address, which is, it's interesting. At 5, it's got a $1.5 billion market cap. At $2 billion, it was at $35. So, circulating supply, total supply is pretty small. It's got SEX and DEX volume, which is interesting. SEX CEX, centralized exchange. So look at File, Instrumental, and Web 3.0. Not only will the government be using File to store all their data, but almost every industry will use it in some capacity. Extremely bullish. Interesting. File, does anyone know of the real world instances? I'm new to the coin. They have no limited supply. It can be a Luna 2 if the market dipping slowly and gradually. Look at that. Yikes. This is supply 290 million Web 3. I've never realized this. I never really looked at these chats. I believe it could make it back to its all-time high of $150. You know, 30x. I believe it can, but Bitcoin's got to go to 100K and all that. FILECOIN is cooked for the cycle. No more free money to pump it. Look into SIA Coin. It's the same type of product. SIA Coin was the first thing I ever got into. I love SIA Coin. 0008 and rode it up to like 10 cents. In 2017 though, so like I would let SIA Coin ride off into the sunset. You know? So it's a different type of stream today, I noticed. So I went different with it. You know what I mean? After the beautiful pump though, shout out to the 443 people watching, 530 likes. Hit that like button just like I did. I'd greatly appreciate it. 36,400 followers coming through, subscribing to the chat, to the channel. I greatly appreciate that. God bless you and yours. All right. That's funny, right? I think that's hilarious. Anyway, let's take a look here. Bitcoin pumps 20,500 by Sunday, dumps to 18,008 by Sunday. Look, so it's basically back and forth on 90 votes. Basically half and half, you know. There you go, Crypto Lifer, for the lot, baby. You're an inspirator, motivator, and we love you for that. Appreciate that, man. God bless you. Love seeing me on the screen. You're the man. And shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you. Look at Quant continuing to trend. Quant, baby, Quant. Interesting. My first goal of 5 Quant has been reached. I know some of y'all got 10,100 or 1,000. Just know that this economy, I'm proud of my 5 at this point. Quant network. We're unlocking the power of blockchain for everyone by delivering interoperable ecosystems and real-world solutions. Quant. 167, man. Quant. Network gains on solid weekly performance. It really did. And it bounced back strong. See that giant inverted head and shoulder? Best time to buy Quant is off the weekly 200 and the 50 EMA. Look at that. Bing. Right? It's interesting. Quant, baby, Quant. I've been on Quant since it was, wow, it hit my target. Can you believe that? It just went up 55% gains. Congratulations to anyone that got in. Congrats. The stream has been hot lately. Literally, the stream has been hot. Like, I do my job on the stream. Stream has been hot. You got it. And how do we not have 1,000 people watching us? Like, this is like, we do anomaly. We do things that are, we find gains every day in the live stream. People say whatever they want. Like, man, I had this at hello, baby. You can say whatever you want. Like, bang. Bang. Can I take the day off, everybody? Can I? Never. Never. Look at that. That's amazing. The stream is the best it's ever been, man. Shout out to Dave Hagen. I love you, man. Sam, can you please look at Metis? Funny, I wanted to look at Metis earlier. It came out my head. What is the daddy of ISO XRP? So if you like Quant, then buy all the ISO 20 assets for amazing gains. Exactly. That's what I'm doing. I got my Algo. I got my Quant. I got my XRP. Shout out to the XRP army. Shout out to everyone in the game. Appreciate you. And look, this 1 hour is just getting started. Look at this. When the 1 hour curves like that and the candle's that big, I mean, that looks like this is going to erupt. I don't know. It's weird. It hit the measured move. 55% gains in 1 hour. Congratulations. We did it here on the channel. This looks somewhat bullish to me too. This ACH, which is forming this flag. I could see this be the next one to fly right now. This one's looking very bullish to me too. Alchemy Pay on the 15-minute scalp. That's it. Just like we, just like ONSTON. 15-minute scalp. Possibly a big move here. Sammy Cup and Handy to the upside. It's one of the hotter coins of the day. Could it continue? 15-minute wants to erupt just like ONSTON did. Very, very interesting. Look at that. I can't believe that. What a beautiful move. 45 minutes. 45 minutes. 55% gain. That's a gain a minute, baby. It's a percentage a minute. You can't beat that. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. I'm going to bounce on out for the day. ONSTON continuing to bang, though. It's not stopping. It's got the grip. And, I mean, the 1 hour suggests that this thing will continue. I've seen low stochastics in the 1 hour, and, I mean, that's a lot of movement. So, that's insanity. 61% gains now on the live. Appreciate each and every one of you for jumping on in. And we see it. We see what most people don't see. And that's why you want to come to the channel every single day. You never know what you're going to miss, what you're going to see, what you're going to go over. And God blesses us every single day. So shout out to each and every one of you. The daily looks absolutely beautiful for Bitcoin. The daily looks absolutely beautiful. See if this daily can rip and continue to the upside. We're going to show you what we see happening here. And that's this funky falling wedge inside of this little pattern. So see. So look, I went over this already, but I see Bitcoin in this wedge that it fell out of, broke right back into, and now it's safe back in the wedge. Made it all the way to the top of the wedge and couldn't get out of the zone, which makes sense. Made an M pattern and continued to dump. 9369. It's now, that's the measured move of the M. M right there, your measured move is to this area at 936, right? So we hit that measured move. Can we hold the weekly support and resistance here? Resistance, resistance, resistance. If I continue to stretch that, can we hold that zone? That's the question. That's what we want, right? If we can't, we're likely to end up here at the bottom of the pattern. And if that breaks at 19,040 and the POC, we're likely to go all the way down here for hopefully a screaming double bottom, right? And then if we break that, basically you're making a new low. So that's 18,100. So we're not out of the water yet by any means, but we got very close numerous times. And tell me why the bears couldn't get us to 17,000. Tell me why we got wicked up so bad each time, right? So I have shown the big weekly ideas. I've shown you the divergences as well. It's interesting to me. There's a lot to cover. There's a lot to go over. There's some back and forth ideas. But at the end of the day, to me, divergence is the strongest one, and I'm seeing weekly bullish divergence. So suggesting we will continue to make a higher high, higher low, but we'll see. So right now I'm seeing if the 1 hour and the 15-minute for Bitcoin can push back to the upside out of this falling wedge here. Even though it's not your best, it broke out, broke back in, it's still this bigger channel. Can we break to the upside at 20,100, get back above the resistance at 19,600? 19,008 is the question. If we can't close a candle on the 4 hour or the daily above 19,005, 19,006, I would expect more downside. All right. And that's my update for Bitcoin. 68% chance we break out of this falling wedge back to the upside. Oversold in the 15-minute and the 1 hour time frame suggests we will get a move based on probability. But that's just the probability, okay? Anything could happen, and I know nothing but the fact of my own ignorance. I have no idea where Bitcoin's going to go. I have no clue. And I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I say and do should be taken as financial advice. Everybody, thank you so much for being here. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications so you can find out when I post my next video. Remember, if you came to the channel, then you are already doing the right thing. I'll see you on the next live stream. Be safe. Thank you. Thanks for all your time. Thank you for the super chats. Thank you for the love. I'll catch you on the next one. If I could only find the button. If I could only find the button. Oh, and I want to do it right. I want to do it right. I want to do it so right.